So while Sony was doing helicopters with their woolies, the toxic BBC gamers started doing backflips and hit Sony right up with the dildo of consequences with no lube. We apparently got GTA 6, Call of Duty, PlayStation, and the nation demand answers. The toxic gamers demand answers, and you don't have to like the video. You don't even have to subscribe. Let's actually get to the bottom of it and let's find out what the hell is going on in the Sony Pony land. Shout out to Legacy Killer HD, and yeah, roll it.
I think it's reasonable to believe that Sony anticipated that all of the blowback and pushback that they were going to receive over their decision to kill physical media was going to subside within a couple of days, maybe a week at most. But here we are. We are about 3 weeks in, and things have not slowed down. Every single social media post, whether that be YouTube, Twitter, wherever Sony is posting, people are angry and they're letting their opinions be known.
Oh my god. How many?
Wherever Sony is posting, people are
300,000 plus verified signatures. I mean, damn. Don't kill the disc. Tell Sony to keep physical PlayStation games, and that's the change.org petition. Will they actually listen? Will they have a change of heart? Let's find out.
Angry and they're letting their opinions be known. Every single X post is getting community noted, and so far Sony is continuing to hope that things just people eventually just get tired and move on. And we do have articles like this popping up, and I'm very much against this framing, but Sony's social media is still toxic 2 weeks after PS5 discs debacle. What a mess. I mean, it's a mess that they caused. This is something that they caused themselves. They chose this route, and gamers and people that care about this medium are rightfully fighting back. Just an example of the blowback continuing is like this. Construction Simulator Evolution. Nearly 2,000...
guys, it's not Construction Simulator fault, but hey, we gonna talk about it, right? Yeah, I mean, gamers are like, bro, we don't give a damn whether it's Construction Simulator issue or not. The fact that this is on the Sony Pony channel, PlayStation channel, yeah, we going to WrestleMania with this one.
And dislikes in the comment section. Yeah, maybe I can build a disc of this game. Construct some discs for us, please. Physical discs. We are not tired. Where are the discs? And it goes on and on. But even the mainline big experiences that Sony are trying to build up, like Wolverine, which comes out in a couple of months, their new trailer has 10,000 plus comments, and you already know they are all about the PlayStation discs.
Yeah, we'll watch it on YouTube, or I should not say we, because I know some of you guys are actually hyped up and bricked up for that game. Pause. I'll watch it on YouTube. I mean, it looks nice. Like, I'm actually really excited about this game to watch it as a movie on YouTube. Like, deadass though. No jokers. Like, I do watch a lot of the single player games, because right now, like, the single player games are becoming like really like movies, and I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, listen, bro, like, I get to save money and I have something to watch as well, so it's a win-win, right? And plus, with this situation that is currently going on, I'll be able to support the disc movement as well. I'll watch it on YouTube. I'm actually hyped up for that.
And it also is split between 50,000 dislikes to 50,000 likes, so very interesting, just showing how strong this movement really is right now.
Damn.
Wolverine was really getting physical in this trailer. He has such a distinct
almost 50k dislikes for Wolverine. Yo, this is a premium Sony Pony game, bro. This is the game that everybody has been waiting for on PlayStation. Whoa, that is crazy. Let's continue.
That's the top one of the top comments. 8,000 likes. Can't wait for my disc copy to come in. You know who isn't the hero, the killer of physical? Sony. Let's discuss the physicality of Wolverine's fighting. The disc is going to look awesome. It goes on and on.
Toxic gamers.
And even if you aren't necessarily in support or care about physical discs or how the secondhand market's going to be eviscerated by this decision, there is the digital side in which Sony has just done very little to build that up. Like the actual digital rights that consumers enjoy right now is basically it's non-existent. What I mean by that is if your account accidentally gets suspended for random reasons, you could be waiting months going agent to agent, and you just have to hope eventually somebody is going to look into the situation more deeply. And that's the scary reality that we right now face, because there's been numerous instances, isolated cases over the last couple of years of people having their accounts hacked or just being suspended for random reasons. Like this individual had happened just 5 days ago. My account was permanently suspended. I have a few games I just got in the last sale and it was suspended for no reason.
Oh yeah, this is one of those things that I never really talked about. We covered the fact that they can rug pull, and they can, and they have, right? Especially with people that actually bought the movies. I know, like, who buys movies. Some people do buy movies digitally on PlayStation. And Sony have rug pulled those people, revoked their access, and never really issued refunds. So, I mean, fine indeed, right? And we have talked about that. But holy smokers, it ain't no dang joke. Is people getting their accounts suspended? And yeah, what about one day, like, let's just say, right, like, you say, maybe you get mad in a game and you say something really messed up, but then they actually ban your account. What about that? Plus, let's just say somebody actually hacks your account, right? What about then? And in this situation, this guy's account was permanently suspended. Yo, could you imagine, like, that's one of you out there? Let's just say somebody out there, okay, that have bought like hundreds and hundreds of games digitally and their accounts get suspended. It's over, though. It's game over, though.
I didn't get any email explaining why it was suspended. And this individual probably will spend weeks with agents with Sony trying to get their account back. And there's been other instances outside of Sony, like Xbox, where it's the same things are happening. And that's why people are so nervous about digital being the only option moving forward. But Sony is not slowing down. While they may be trying to ride out the storm, especially when it comes to PlayStation, they're also already aiming their next attack at anime sales, physical anime sales. As some of you might remember, Sony owns Crunchyroll, and now they are kneecapping physical anime sales. According to GameSpot, this article points out, and a move that is familiar echoes to Sony's decision to end production.
Yeah, they're coming after the weebs now too. So they first came after my Sony ponies. Now they're coming after the weebs. And Xbox obviously doing the same. So they hitting the Xbox Andes up real good too right now. Yeah, man, this it's cooked. The gaming industry is cooked. If it wasn't for GTA 6 coming up soon, we would be under a massive video game crash. In fact, we already are. I guess Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2 saved the day for now for Call of Duty, because ain't nobody's really like bricked up for Modern Warfare 4. Like a lot of people are complaining on the internet, but again, like that's Call of Duty, so it's gonna sell no matter what. Black Ops 7 done horrible. That was the second Call of Duty game ever that I did not buy, and tons of my friends didn't buy. But ain't nobody's talking about Modern Warfare 4. Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, those are beloved games though, and people are liking it, and people bought it a lot. So there is that. But GTA 6 is pulling up soon as well, if no delays. Even if there's a delay, it's probably going to be 2027, let's be real. So it's coming up soon, with or without delay. So if it wasn't for GTA 6, bro, yo, gaming industry would be cooked right now.
Production of physical game discs, the Crunchyroll store is being severely scaled back, and fans of anime on disc are very unhappy. They mentioned that according to a recent statement and frequently asked question posted online, the store will be dropping much of its current stock and transitioning to a brand new shopping experience that will be available exclusively for Mega and Ultimate fan subscription tiers. Instead of physical discs, the Crunchyroll store will focus on collectible curated drops and limited release products inspired by the anime series you love. Some of the top comments in response to this over there on Reddit: this makes no sense. Why would you want to arbitrarily limit the amount of customers you have? Do they think they can convince people to subscribe out of FOMO for an online store? Every level of society becoming an increasingly convoluted scam is so dope.
Yeah.
Absolutely effing insane having to pay even more to access a storefront. I genuinely want to hear from their executives why this is a good idea. There are decisions that are unpopular but good for business, but I don't get what the improvement is here.
And yeah, you know, factor in, you know, the rare events or the events, like, let's just say on a smaller scale, one of you that have only digital games, your internet goes down, or hurricane happened, tornado or some shit like that, your internet goes out, right? What then? You won't be able to access any of your games, right? Unfortunate. Now, what if like an asteroid hits Sony HQ? Then what? I mean, the games are stored in a server schedule, so we will be fine. Okay, all right, I get it. Okay, but what if like an unfortunate event happens and you know, like we don't have internet for some odd reason, for let's just say a couple of days or maybe for longer? Then what, right? Everything that you bought and paid for is gone. Is done for. And I'm sure like these motherfuckers got like a clever little clause when you I'm not sure, I'm just like talking out of my ass right now, because it's more like an educated guess, because obviously people that have bought the movies digitally on PlayStation, Sony have rug pulled them and revoked their access without refunding them. So I suspect there likely was a clever little clause in like the policy that nobody really reads. You know, the stuff that you gotta scroll and accept. Exactly, right? What if there is a clever little clause that says that Sony has the right, PlayStation has the right to cancel without refunding at any time? You know, they own the rights. I'm sure they got some shit like that. I'm sorry, I'm like 99% sure they got some shit like that, so they don't get sued, and they can, you know, for some odd reason, if they want to, if they like to, or some unfortunate thing happens and you know, they somehow gotta rug pull somebody, they would be able to, just like they already did with the movies crap, right? So yeah, no, it's crazy.
And many users also highlighted that in 2023, Crunchyroll purchased the Right Stuff International, an Iowa-based online retailer of anime DVDs, Blu-rays, manga, and merchandise to bolster their sales and merchandising presence. Right Stuff was folded into the Crunchyroll store, where it continued to be a source of physical anime media, offering discs of not just Crunchyroll licensed anime, but also shows and films for a wide variety of licensors. That is dead, and many users pointing out, let's be real, the store was dead anyway, there's so little in stock or available for order, just remember that Right Stuff died for this, and go shop somewhere else instead, like Merry Manga, In-Stock Trades, or Robert's Anime Corner. Support the guys who care, and not whatever this is. So Sony's attack on physical media isn't just limited to PlayStation, they're doing that everywhere throughout the—
Yeah, I'm not into anime, but any of you are into anime, any weebs watching, let me know, right? Like, these motherfuckers coming after the weebs too. First the Sony Pony gang, and now the weebs, bro. That's diabolical.
Their business. Unfortunately, they have more control on the gaming side, and that's just going to completely kill that market, outside of what Nintendo does, but Nintendo always does whatever they want, to be fair. But one of the other companies that you would think is majorly impacted by this would be GameStop, but the CEO, Ryan Cohen, recently opened up about Sony's decision, saying that it is largely irrelevant to GameStop's changing business. And I will say that some people really went strongly against this. I will strongly also point out that if you go into a GameStop these days, it is Funko Pops, Pokemon cards, and other licensed merchandise. The gaming section has become very small. They just don't care.
And I don't blame them, to be honest. The way it's going, it's like GameStop, they gotta adapt or die, like, completely, especially after this announcement in 2028. Yo, it's game over for them. It has been game over for them for a while, because admittedly, though, a lot of people are buying games digitally. But here's the thing, though, having options is amazing, right? Like, some people, let's just say that you're somebody that buys games 9 out of 10 times you buy games digitally, but there's eventually gonna be one of those games that come out with the collector's edition that you might buy, right? For example, like, for me, it was gonna be GTA 6. If there is, or if there will be a collector's edition, I will get that, because collector's edition is rare, and then, a couple of years later, you can always sell it for even more, if you want to, right? I did the same with the Juggernaut edition for Black Ops 3. I'm big fan of Black Ops 3 Zombies, though, but Call of Duty, not my cup of tea anymore, right? Yeah, 10 years later, I sold that for... I sold the Juggernaut for a good, decent amount of price. I got hit badly with the tariffs, though, so yeah, that's the current climate right now with United States of America and Canada right now, so I got hit pretty badly with that, but still was able to sell it, because I just don't give a damn about the Juggernaut edition. I used to have that always in my background, though. I sold it a while back. So yeah, that's the power of having something that is physical, right? Yeah, and you can always sell your discs as well, give it to your friends and all that. So it's beautiful. And what I'm trying to get at is that obviously right now a lot of people are moving towards buying the games digitally. Absolutely, make no mistake, that's the reality. And whatever, like, or I mean, like, cool, right? But you gotta have options. You gotta have options, and that's the option that they're trying to take away from everybody. And yeah, it's gonna be no discounts, pay full price, you can never refund, never return, and yeah, ultimately Sony is gonna be making buttloads of money with this one. And I suspect that the amount of people that are protesting against it, they already must have like ran through some situations, especially with AI right now, to see what could be the opposite side, right? They must have already figured out, or they must have already ran some projections about how much money they can lose in the short term, but I guess they realize in the long term this is gonna make them a lot more money. So short-term pain for long-term gain, I guess that's the strategy they're going towards. But what if PlayStation 6 is like $1,000, like we're hearing? Couple that up with the entire situation that is going on right now. Oh man, the sale's gonna be abysmal for PlayStation 6. Yes, surely people will buy it no matter what, but if it's $1,000 console, the sale's gonna be down, given just the history of PlayStation 3 and the previous consoles that were like really, really expensive. But make no mistake, if PlayStation 6 comes out for $500, and we still have this no disc, then it's gonna be interesting. Then I don't know the outcome, because yes, there's a lot of backlash, but again, though, we all saw the Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 1 doing amazing sales wise, right? But again, those are beloved franchises, I get it. But yeah, will it actually translate into actual boycott by gamers? That I don't know, though. Only time will tell us for sure.
care about gaming at all. They honestly should just drop the GameStop name and change it to something else, because gaming is not something that they care about these days. Hasn't been that way for a while now. So yeah, the GameStop CEO saying this, not really that surprising considering what their stores look like these days. But just a few days
Dang, she looking like a snack right there.
ago, we did hear from a Sony executive, a former Sony executive, on this decision to kill physical media, and it might not be surprising that yet another Sony executive kind of understands the decision. I think it's the best way to describe it. Not necessarily in support of it, but they seemingly are saying, no, this makes sense financially. This is coming specifically from Gordon Thornstone, a former Sony Interactive Entertainment veteran with almost 18 years of the company before departing in 2022. He was the senior vice president in control of PlayStation's global direct-to-consumer business. Thornton's first question that he answered was around Sony's monopoly on gaming, and he said, regarding allegations of monopolization, price manipulation, PlayStation operates on a buy/sell model where the publisher acts as the supplier. Because the recommended retail price is set directly by the publisher, Sony does not control these pricing structures, which counters claims of unilateral price fixing, which pretty much just sounds like, since the entire industry is in coordination, they can't be responsible for monopoly, I guess, in that regard. But they next asked Thornton what his thoughts were about the resilience of the anti-digital crowd, staring Sony in the face and threatening to boycott the entire ecosystem. He says,
honestly, man, PlayStation Plus, if the subscribers go down for PlayStation Plus in like millions, then we're probably gonna see change. And if PlayStation 6 sales go down, we're probably gonna see change. So we have till 2028, right? That's when they're gonna stop. But ultimately, though, we want them to reverse the decision right now. They're not doing it right now. So I guess the play here is wait till PlayStation 6, and we're hearing it's gonna come out by the end of 2027. There can always be a delay, though, but that's a legend. That's a rumor. But if it comes out really by the end of 2027 and the sales are actually down like 50% or some shit like that because the price might be actually too much, that's going to be actually good. And maybe they will reverse the decision.
The reluctance to adopt digital gaming and the relevance of physical resellers have naturally diminished. In many major markets like Western Europe and the US, traditional sofa gaming has moved online, with players connecting from their homes. Furthermore, frequent digital sales and promotions have resulted in consumers waiting for the right digital price drop and purchasing a game for themselves. All of this makes digital appealing to players, more so than the general appeal physical provides, like disc sharing. And I would counter that by also pointing out that secondhand market has really held digital in check. With that now dead, the prices are going to increase across the board. And that's why I do think a lot of the AAA games have price fixing, which pretty much just sounds like, since the entire industry is so an average. But we do continue to hear from some developers and their accounts, and the first of which is one that attacked gamers. This is actually a former Valve writer who slammed the disc boycott. He said, "You made a choice and your choice is for digital." This is specifically a former Valve writer with credits on the likes of Portal, Half-Life, and Left 4 Dead. He recorded a video lambasting those who are bagging on Sony's decision, suggesting that it is the consumers who made this bed that they now need to lie in.
You, as a consumer, have forced the large corporation's hand, and you've told them, stop with retail.
This is coming from...
Yeah, controversial though, but in a way, right? I guess we have, truth be told though, we all saw this coming. But what's a shocker here is that it's happening right now. A lot of people suspected, even I suspected, that it was gonna go full-scale digital, likely PlayStation 7 or 8. Best case scenario, but worst case scenario, it's happening right now, right? Yeah. So, but yeah, no, this additional sales have, obviously, like a lot of people buying the games digitally. And there are a lot of games that are digital only too. Games like Fortnite, for example, right? And tons of other games like that are digital only. So there's the only way you're gonna get the game. And plus, Fortnite is free to play, and there are other games that are free to play as well. So yeah, there is also that aspect to it. But make no mistake, though, sales are becoming digital, and it's cool. Even I buy games digitally as well, right? At times, and I buy games physically as well. So there are people that only very much are like digital only, and there are people that are physical only, but there are tons of people that are kind of like in the middle, buy games both ways. And like, we want options, absolutely, right? Options are beautiful. You can cater to people that just want to get games physically or digital only, or both. And at times there are games, bigger IPs, bigger games like Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty as well, I guess, right? Whenever they are good, and whenever they have big boy collector's edition, and if it actually appeals to people, they go after the collector's item. But now they literally killed all of that, right? But I do feel like that just because we've seen GTA GTA 6 do code in the box, right? I do feel like that in the future, Call of Duty gonna do collector's edition, so it's gonna be a physical edition, but with code in the box, code in the box, and we're probably gonna see a lot of other games that do collector's edition like that. The last standard version that was actually amazing was Cyberpunk, right? Even though the game was dog shit at launch. Right now, obviously, they corrected a lot of the glitches, whatnot, but I'm talking like day one, day zero, right? The game was completely broken, especially on PS4, right? The game was insanely broken, but their standard version, the physical version, actually came in with a lot of really good stuff in it, which was kind of like unheard of, right? Because, whoa, like everybody's like moving away from adding content physically in just a normal standard edition. So Cyberpunk did something really nice with it, and we were all expecting like a map in the standard edition for GTA 6 for the physical version, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I mean, this is where we're headed.
Chet Felisic, and he said on his YouTube channel, "You, the consumer, have
Thank you, OG, for subscribing.
made a choice, and your choice is for digital."
I thought it said orgy, but pause.
From
OG.
Chet Felisic, and he said on his YouTube channel, "You, the consumer, have made a choice, and your choice is for digital. Right now, today, the games we're talking about are available at retail. Today,
Bruh.
the used games are available at retail today, and you aren't going into retail and buying them. GameStop only has 18% of their entire revenues as games. If you've been in those stores, there's barely any games,
Dang.
period, anyway. And it's been that way for a number of years now, especially since the only reason why GameStop's around is because it turned into a meme stock. It would have been dead
Right.
years ago because of incompetency with how it was run. That's something that's missing from this perspective. But anyway, he continues. He says,
Yeah.
new news, 18% of a company called GameStop that used to do nothing but sell games. Felisic went on to reflect on a recent financial update from Sony, which clearly indicated that in Q4 fiscal year 2025, 80% of software sales were digital, bringing the year to 78% digital, which even these numbers don't really tell the full story, because when you have multiple games being sold digital only, the choice is already
Yeah.
out of consumers'
Exactly, and tons of games are also free to play digital only.
hands. And yes, that's something that you can't reflect in these numbers, which still, you're killing off 20% of the market. You were saying that 20% doesn't matter, and I don't know how
Right.
people don't find that absolutely
Even if it's like 10% or 5%, right? Like, yeah, that's still a lot of thousands, if not millions of gamers out there. Plus, you gotta factor in there are a lot of countries that don't have access to PlayStation Plus, or it's not available, quite literally, right? And there are a lot of other countries where internet connection isn't that good, so physical is actually the way. It is literally the way, right? And people can buy, sell, refund, get the game secondhand as well, give it to their friends, because currency exchange rate can at times can make a game really expensive in some other countries. For example, I'm in Canada, right? Let me know where you guys at. $80 USD. That's easy gonna be 120 taxes, right? 15% sales tax. That's how much we pay here in Quebec. Yeah, so games get really expensive at times, like $150 as well. And if you want to get like the actual like the best of the best edition, it can be like 160, some shit like that. It's insane. With the currency exchange rate, games are getting really expensive. I remember when the games used to be $60 Canadian plus taxes. Now 160. Whoa, right? Insane times to be alive. Did you actually happen to see what happened? Yo, this video actually ended up releasing, and my god, bro, like, this is an insane video. Check it out, and I'll see you right there if you didn't.